Remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from iMumz.
Garbh Sanskar, parenting in the womb. You have heard this word. I, Dr. Anita Chaudhary, will tell you more about this today. What is Garbh Sanskar? Garbh means womb and Sanskar means instilling values. So instilling values in the unborn child is nothing but Garbh Sanskar. By just a few simple practices, by few simple activities, you can contribute to your child's development, and it also helps the mother. So there is a double benefit to the mother and to the baby as well. And with a lot of scientific research and evidence, it has been proven that the baby in the womb has an infinite capacity to grow their mind and senses by simple external stimulation. The baby is not an object inside, it is a live, kicking human in development. So this is the right time when you can actually instill good values in your child. Now, how does a pregnant woman connect to the baby using Garbh Sanskar? Let's say you watched a web show today and there was a lot of violence in that. Do you know the thoughts that were generated in your mind actually reached the baby promptly and it impacted the baby also? In Garbh Sanskar, we think about good things, we do things in which the happiness hormones increase and they impact our baby directly. So Garbh Sanskar tells us how to actually synchronize everything. Simple example, if you listen to some good harmonizing music or you read a good book, a nice textbook which has lots of sattva qualities, so all these sattva gunas will reach to your baby. And this is affected how? By the mother's thoughts. Whatever the mother is thinking or listening, those things are going directly to the baby and it will create good qualities in your baby. In a nutshell, the connection between the mother and the child is like a mental umbilical cord, and this is done how? Through Garbh Sanskar activities. So when should you ideally start Garbh Sanskar? According to experts, Garbh Sanskar practices should be started 3 months before conception. So that is the time when you start with Garbhadhan Sanskar. And these practices, what will they help you in and how you have to go about it? You have to start with eating the right kind of food, sattvic food, and you have to do Nadi Shuddhi also. That will cleanse and purify your body for a healthy conception. It is very important which weather you conceive, which kind of thoughts are needed for you to download a healthy divine baby. What is the impact of Garbh Sanskar? How does a pregnant woman shape her baby's traits? The baby's brain is growing faster during this 9 months. Just imagine it was one sperm and one ova which fertilized together and started developing. So the maximum brain development and growth is happening in these 9 months. 80% of brain development happens in these 9 months. A huge number of neural connections and nerve cells are growing every second inside the womb. While you are listening to this, and if you're pregnant, a number of cells would have multiplied. Everything that the mother thinks and feels is communicated through different hormones to the unborn child. Scientific studies have shown that Garbh Sanskar practices increase the happy neuropeptides. So simply we can say they increase your happiness. If you are happy, the baby will automatically be happy and grow to be healthier. Now you'll have a question in your mind. Does the placenta filter out the bad hormones? There is some good news for you. The placenta nourishes the baby and its health determines the lifespan of your child, and its health and wellness is totally dependent on two factors: nutritional and hormonal composition. The good news is that placenta has a great filtering system. Now this filter, how it works, it produces an enzyme which deactivates the stress hormones or harmful hormones before they get into the fetal circulation. So if you have a lot of stress, very little of that would actually reach your baby. But the good hormones are actually reaching the baby more easily. So it is very important for you, even if you have those fleeting concerns about your anxiety and excitement, they reach your baby but in a very minute little quantity. When the stress levels are very, very high, and if it is becoming your habit to be in stress, then these enzymes cannot work and all the stress goes from the mother directly to the baby. A lot of research has been done and they have realized that mothers who were very stressed had babies which were impacted because of the stress as compared to mothers who had moderate levels of stress. So, a stressed or unhappy mom secretes hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that flood the baby with sad neuropeptides. So, if you have excesses of these thoughts, only then it will impact your baby. Some fleeting thoughts of negativity will get filtered. So these neuropeptides barge in through the placenta and enter the fetal circulation and reach up to the limbic system of the baby's brain, which lead to lower electrical connections, and it increases the baby's joy and causes a lot of loneliness and sadness in the baby. So this is only in extreme cases of stress, and if this continues for a longer time, your child may have timid personality with reduced self-esteem and lower self-confidence as it is growing up. So to have a positive mindset for yourself, it is very, very important, because only then your baby will also get that. So mother is happy, the baby is happy. Does Garbh Sanskar really work? 70 to 80% of pregnant mothers experience either prolonged depression or a phase of baby blues. Now, sleep deprivation leads to reduced immunity, and it impacts the hypothalamus, pituitary and adrenal glands also, causing a cascade of hormonal imbalances in the body. So as the pregnant woman is coping with a lot of exhaustion and distress, fears related to the birth issues, the waning of joint family system and urban stresses add to her anxieties. There is a simple way of actually relieving all these things, is following Garbh Sanskar in a very simple way. There was this scientist called Paul Bay, and he did a study and he found that if the pregnant woman does not connect with her unborn baby, there can be irreversible mental health consequences in the baby once the baby grows up. A pregnant mother's state of mind affects the unborn baby's cognitive and non-cognitive skills. So when she's calm and at peace, the baby gets those benefits. She experiences higher self-esteem and sense of personal control. And the opposite also leads to a lot of complications. If she's stressed, there could be intrauterine growth retardation, there could be preterm labor, there could be prolonged labor, the fetal heart could decline, there could be low birth weight, there could be an increased rate of cesarean section, postnatal behavioral problems could be there, and even developmental disorders are seen in the unborn children. So the stress hormones, they activate the baby's endocrine system by altering the distribution of the blood flow in the body. And this changes the basic character of child physiology. It is something so deep. So your every thought is actually impacting your baby. The babies who are born to stressed mothers are basically hyperactive. They're born prematurely, have low birth weight, and are basically very irritable all the time. On the contrary, when the mothers were happy, peaceful, joyful, and relaxed, they secreted happy hormones like endorphins or enkephalins, and they realized that their babies were filled with happiness, which led to long-term personality of serenity, calmness, and positive self-esteem. So dear mothers, it is very important for you to think right and do right. If you are happy, your baby is happy. And not just today, the baby's development later on in life depends on your state of mind today. So think in the present, live in the present, and follow the Garbh Sanskar. Thank you and Namaste.